Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the box office numbers for Thunderbolts are in. It's not looking good, and I'll explain why. Because the opening weekend is currently now the second worst for the MCU films that have come out altogether. It only opened to a $76 million. That is the estimate as of Sunday of yesterday. I said that if this film could approach 80 million, maybe you could see it being okay, but it's not still great. It is not great in any sense in any sense, regardless. Now, the odd thing here again is the overseas numbers is not that good as well. It only did 86.1 million, which means it only opened to a total, at least the estimated total of 162.1 million. Now, generally, if we're looking at break even for this film, it is estimated to break even between 500 million to 600 million when it can get to that number. But then again, this opening weekend doesn't give me a very good sign that it can do that. Now, make no mistake about this. The reviews is good. The reviews is good from both the audience and critics. So this is not a bad, a badly reviewed film. So I would say this to be fair on it. It's already now the second worst opening behind the Brie Larson's The Marvel. You remember Brie Larson's The Marvel did only 46 million. So it's pretty clear that this is one of the worst performing openings for an MCU project in a very long time. It is 76 million. And then if you look at the film that came second to it is Sinners, Ryan Coogler's Michael B. Jordan's Sinners. Now, Sinners did $33 million. Only, I think it only dropped 27% from last weekend. That is incredible. And it's now at a total of $179.7 million in the United States alone. Look, I'll get to the worldwide numbers much later in this video. Minecraft, on the other hand, came in third with 13.7 million for a total of $398.2 million in the United States alone. If you're looking at the Jack Black, Jason Momoa's new project, it is already currently on track to hit $1 billion. It has crossed $873 million worldwide, and I'm certain this Jason Momoa project is going to hit $1 billion now because it's already at that level where I can see it hit $1 billion when it's all said and done. The Accountant, Ben Affleck's The Accountant Part 2. I actually love Ben Affleck. I will check out his Accountant Part 2. But that film came in fourth, made $9.5 million for a total of $41.2 million. The new horror project, actually, it's a game adaptation horror project, Until Dawn, came in fifth for a total of 3.8 million. Now you have a combined total of 14.4 million in the United States. The Amateur, Remy Malik's The Amateur made 1.8 million for a total of 36.9 million. Kings of Kings, starring Pierce Brosnan, made 1.7 million for a total of 57.7 million. Warfare did 1.3 million for a total of 24.1 million. And this is the top 10 box office rundown. But then let's now look at the international numbers for most of these projects, because this is where it's going to make or break for big projects like Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts is not doing well overseas. The highest numbers it has in an overseas market is China, and they only did $10.4 million in China, and that is not a very good number considering China is a very it's second largest movie going market on the planet. So it needed to make more than this, and it didn't really do that. The UK brought in 7.7 million, Mexico 7.3 million, Brazil 4 million, France 3.8 million, Germany 3.6 million, Korea 3.5 million, Australia 3.4 million, Japan 3.2 million, Spain 2.8 million, Italy 2.7 million, Indonesia 2.3 million. So a total of 86.1 million. That's the estimate at the moment. You're looking at 162.1 million It's going to take a lot for this film to break even. It really needs to make more over time to break even. Honestly, this is not a very good opening weekend. I'm not going to call it a flop yet. I have to see its second weekend and how it's holding week to week, but this is not a very good number for its first weekend. Now, if you look at other projects like Sinners, Sinners is still doing well. It's really still doing well overseas. Now, this project, I'm not saying it's going to hit $400 million, but it's definitely going to get to 350 million when it's all said and done. It's still made a good amount overseas. Now it's brought in 57 sorry, it's actually at 57 million dollars overseas. It is now at a total of 236.7 million, for that's the global total. The estimate is that it will get to 350 to 400 million dollars when it's all said and done. I don't think it will get to 400 million, but it might get close. Michael B. Jordan has a huge hit on his hands, at least with this project. I didn't expect it to make anywhere close to these numbers, but it's a very successful project nonetheless. Now the other films at the international box office, for instance, Until Dawn is performing better overseas. It did $6.4 million in the second weekend. It only dropped 36%. This David F. Sandberg's project is currently now at a total of 34.8 million, because it's doing okay enough in the US, so it's eyeing around 50 to $60 million worldwide when it's all said and done. The other project that is still making money overseas to an extent is The Accountant 2. Although it's doing better in the US, where it's at 41.2 million, it's estimated to earn around 60 to $70 million if you're looking at The Accountant. But a Minecraft is currently close to $900 million. A Minecraft has already come close to 900 million. It's at 873 million. It will cross 950 million, maybe close to a billion when it's all said and done. It's doing so well. It still made 26.6 million on its fifth weekend. That's a 27% drop. So it's still doing well enough overseas that I can still see make a lot of money over time. Ryan Coogler's Sinners is the main one that I can see holding out a long term when it's all said and done. But we'll see how that film plays out. But this is the box office rundown at the moment. I'm not seeing any other thing that is big, at least at the box office right now, until next weekend, or at least let's see how Thunderbolts fares in the second weekend. Now, as for Snow White, Rachel Zegler's Snow White is still underperforming very massively. It's just currently at 201.5 million. So it's really not going to get past Brie Larson's The Marvel. Now, Brie Larson's The Marvel is Rachel Zegler's target. We'll see whether it can cross 206 million, but time will tell. For now, this is the best it can do. I think it's the biggest flop in Disney's history. Bob Iger should be very ashamed of himself for casting Rachel Zegler and ruining this project. I even feel bad for my woman, Gal Gadot. Gal Gadot should never even be in this project. That I just feel it has ruined her career badly. But for now, we'll see what's going to happen for this Florence Pugh's new project, Thunderbolts, whether it can outperform Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, whether it can outperform Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, because it's on the same level as Dwayne Johnson's Black Adam, Scarlett Johansson's Black Widow, Angelina Jolie's Eternals, Captain America 4 starring Anthony Mackie. We'll see whether it can pass all these films, because this is where in fact, even Ezra Miller's The Flash is is on the same ballpark, but time will tell if it can surpass every of these projects. If you guys like this box office report, then go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel, follow us here. I'll see you guys very much next time.